This week in the field, pushing through a creative rut. Hey everyone, I'm Scott Davenport. Welcome to In the Field. Thanks for joining me today. If this is the first time you're checking out one of my videos, thanks for giving me a shot. I hope you like what you see and you'll subscribe to the channel. Well, today I'm talking about pushing through a creative rut. I think that every photographer hits these more than once, and certainly I'm no exception to that. For those who have been with me for a while, or at least in the last few weeks, I've been wrestling with some poison oak recovery, and I found that I really developed a huge amount of inertia. I hadn't been out with my camera for several weeks, which is unusual for me. And what I'm going to show you here is kind of a little more documentarian than some of my other videos. It's taken over the course of a couple of days. It's me trying to push myself through the creative rut to get out there with the camera again. So let's go have a look. It is mid-July as I'm recording this, and it's been over 3 weeks since I've been out with the camera. It's a long time for me, and I have to admit, I'm having to push kind of hard to get back out there and make some photos. There's some clouds in the sky, at least to the east. Of course, I'm heading west, going to the coast. I'm going to go to Oceanside, California today. It's farther north than I normally go, but I happen to be somewhat in that area. I'm going to hope that some of those clouds make their way to the coast, and I'm going to work on photographing the Oceanside Pier. Pretty simple subject. Maybe it'll be a nice reintroduction into photography. Help me kind of get over this hurdle I seem to need to jump. This place is jumping. It is crowded. There is not a convenient place for me to set up without being a complete and total jerk. I found one spot near where some of the fishermen are at the base of the pier. One of my favorite angles on the pier, actually. I'm going to set up there. I'm going to grab a couple of photos, and then I'm going to move on. This level of crowds, not particularly my scene. I was hoping maybe it'd be a little bit less on a weekday, but hey, it is summer. Well, that didn't really work out. Tide's rising up too high, and tripod kept shifting. A lot of people around. This is the kind of spot I think I'm going to come back in a morning, early morning, my kind of time. I'm going to call it a wrap on Oceanside. Maybe go a little farther south, and might find something in Carlsbad or maybe Cardiff. I think this shoot's about a bust. I'm gonna pack it in. Skies are kind of becoming meh. I think they'll pick up some color, but I'm just not mentally there. So yeah, I'm gonna pack it in. This is the end of this shoot, and we'll try again another day. But I think I'm still happy that I came out and tried to push through the inertia that I've built up over the last few weeks. All right, it's 2 days later. Trying this again and taking a different approach. So I'm going to go out with the purpose of capturing a scene based on questions that I've gotten from folks through YouTube and through my website. So I'm hoping that'll help ground me a little bit, get me back into the swing of things, get behind the camera, and do some good work. It's mid to late afternoon. The sun is still very high in the sky, and I want that. I'm going to tackle dappled light today. I'm heading to an area called the Blue Sky Ecological Preserve. There's a nice grove of trees that it will be mostly shaded, but at this time of day, I'm expecting quite a bit of strong sunlight to cut through some of the canopy in the trees. It's going to have dappled light. There's going to be some harsh lighting conditions, and I'm going to try and tackle that today. Guess who's staying on trail? I'm headed into this oak grove, and sure enough, there's plenty of dappled light to be had. I'll go find myself a composition, get set up, and do some experiments with the camera and see which types of meterings and exposures work the best. Well, this oak tree behind me will do nicely. Get framed up, get dialed in, and just kind of enjoy the rest of this day. That's good. I needed that. That was good. That helped anchor the shoot. I think I'm through my block. I think I'm through the inertia. All right, time for me to get out of here. I need more liquid. Now, since those outings, I've clocked in one more, so I'm kind of back on the path. I wouldn't say I'm 100% back in the swing of things. Normally I'm out twice a week at least with the camera. But I'm getting there, and I'm not finding lame excuses not to go out just because I don't feel like it, or it's too far to go, or anything like that. I'm not allowing myself that. I don't know if I'd call it a luxury, but those excuses, I'm not allowing those anymore. For those curious, I do have more footage from that visit to the oak grove, talking about some metering things. I'll have that coming in another in the field video, hopefully next week. So creative inertia, well, it just sucks. Right? But the only thing I can give you advice, tip of the week, is to push through it. And what worked for me was giving myself a very singular, very focused task with the camera. If I spent 60 minutes, including travel time, to go out to this oak grove, take a few photos, and come back, that I'm being generous. And so that might be a way for you to get through your own creative rut if you're in one, is give yourself a very purpose-driven, a very specific task with the camera. Do that, and then repeat and do that again. And so, I've been doing that for myself, clocking in a few more outings with very specific targets in mind, and not worrying about, am I going to get that next great photo? Those opportunities will present themselves eventually as I keep getting out there and being outside with the camera. That's going to do it for this week's In the Field. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know somehow. Comments on the video below. If you got photo questions, you can leave those below as well. If you want to keep it private, contact me through my website. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Happy shooting.